Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
I've been here for 7 years, and I got to tell you guys, what's going on here is about America. It's about democracy. It's about the Bill of Rights and basic cable, call waiting, and free trips to the salad bar. It's about everything that makes this country great. Our country.
And you're listening to the sexiest podcast on the internet. Two Strangers, One Podcast. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Just search for Two Strangers, One Podcast. For Android users, we are also available on the Stitcher app and the Play Store for Google. Now here's Chris and Kristyn.
Well, hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristyn. Well, hello.
Hello and God bless America.
You're a grand old flag.
That's the theme of, and you know, my birthday is June 14th, which is Flag Day.
You gotta keep talking about it.
You know, and I'm named after Christopher Columbus, who discovered America.
Is that who you're named after?
Yeah.
That's savage.
If you look at Spanish textbooks, they don't refer to him as Christopher Columbus. They refer to him as Cristobal Colón, C-O-L-O-N.
Oh.
Yeah, Colón is like a surname of Columbus. It's like a...
Okay.
And, like, when I was a kid, we visited the Dominican Republic, and they have, like, monuments to him. So
right.
I'm standing in front of a statue that
has your name on it?
Cristobal Colón! And so...
so I am podcasting with the Christopher Columbus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just growing up with the name Chris. I'm Christopher Columbus. Even people who didn't know anything about the cologne. Right. Being called Christopher Columbus and Christopher Robin. Those are the two things that everybody... As soon as they hear
Christopher Robin.
It's and then, like, you know, then there's Chrissy. Well, because...
My rough childhood with your name.
My buddy Eddie calls my house, and my mom picks up the phone, and so she goes, hold on. She goes, Chrissy!
Yeah, that's how it starts.
Oh, then I go pick up the phone, and I go, hey. He goes, hi, Chrissy. Oh!
Who would have thought Christopher would have been such a controversial name for you growing up?
Chris is such a... I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't.
Because I don't mind it.
First, it's one of those names that could
technically be a girl's name. Christopher?
No, well, just Chris. Because
True.
How many times have I known a girl whose name was Kristyn or Christina, and their friends call him Chris. Yeah. So they go, hey, Chris, and then I turn around like a moron.
We've now shortened it with my friends to crack. It's just like a noise, crack.
Well, you said there's 3 Kristyns.
Oh, yeah. Group, right? Well, usually we go by last names, but sometimes if we're just like, crack, what do you want? What's up? Just a noise now. But yeah, like my family would say Chris, usually. So people say Chrissy, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, Chris. Now imagine being a guy being called Chrissy.
All right, I'll call you Christopher. Is that okay?
And then, of course, there's always the ex-girlfriends who, like, you know, women love emasculating men. Chrissy.
I love you, Chris.
Chrissy. Oh.
Sorry, Chris. I'm sorry you had to go through with that.
That's an emasculating name, you know?
Well, Christopher.
And then Christopher sounds like...
It's too formal.
When I went to Catholic school, like the nuns in my Catholic school.
Christopher,
come here, Christopher. You know, wrap your knuckles with the yardstick, Christopher.
Beat the shit out of you. Hold on your pants. Christopher!
So, I'm wondering if a lot of people are now listening to us, because by the time this episode is released, I would have released my...
Sexy and I Know It video?
My fat dancing video.
It's your... tribute to Magic Mike video.
Oh yeah, it's basically
my Magic Mike was based on you.
Moment, and
Channing Tatum has nothing on you. Matthew McConaughey, nothing.
You ever see that bit with Chris Farley?
Oh yeah, and Patrick Swayze.
Well, you know it is. You just gotta own it, man. You know, I may be big, but shit, I got the confidence.
He's sexy and he knows it. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Wiggle.
You know.
Chris has moves. I've never seen this before. Suddenly he shows me this video.
Well, hopefully that's, it doesn't, you know, they say a guy who can dance is better in bed. But don't let that video don't let that video fool you. I get better compliments in bed.
Christopher's better in bed.
Yeah, than I am dancing. And Once again, I'm totally sober.
We did a variety, yeah.
The people who saw that video got a treat because I've been sober for quite a while. I would be the person who, I would go to a party, but I'm not hitting that dance floor unless I have, like a
little liquid courage.
Oh, hell yeah.
A six-pack or two.
Yeah, I would need at least a six-pack in me to hit the floor and because by that time I just don't give a fuck. I just,
sweating.
And of course, it always helps if the dance floor is dark. And
flashing lights. And nobody can really make out who you are.
Yeah, you get lost in the crowd.
You get lost.
Because I never went to clubs or anything. Any time in my life that I ever went to like a quote unquote dance club was because I was with a group of friends.
Right, you weren't just going there with your buddy.
Yeah. And back in the 90s, there was a club called The Tunnel in Manhattan. And
sounds a little
sketchy. Yeah, it sounds sketchy. And actually, they used to have, it was on the west side.
Oh,
and they did have, on certain nights, it was like gay night. Or they had like drag queen night and stuff like that. But on the other nights...
Were you at those nights?
Well, because...
What's your Christopher?
I went on the drag queen night.
Nice.
I went on the drag queen.
Those are really fun,
drag
actually.
queens know how to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? And for the entertainment value, because, obviously if you ever like... I've met drag queens, but I'm just saying, usually their lives are full of fucking drama.
Right. There's a reason they're this way.
But if you're there and drinking and there to have a good time, drag queens are hilarious.
Do they do like a show? Like, usually I feel like, not like a fashion show, but
No, they do like lip syncing.
Oh, yeah, like different
and performing.
things.
And then plus, on the drag queen night, everyone is a spotlight diva. You know what I'm saying? Everybody... They don't need a stage. They're doing their own dancing over there. And just to let the audience know, I'm dancing in my underwear, but I'm 100% straight. I was married, I have a kid. I'm not Tom Cruise.
Yeah, right. That doesn't say much.
And
it's okay. So we're posting it today, right? On the Facebook page.
It's being posted today. Today is July the 3rd.
Click on it. It's patriotic. How would you describe it?
What,
the video.
Oh, the video?
It's very patriotic because you're in red Speedo.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Spider-Man underwear in honor of Spider-Man being re-released today. I'm a big comic book nerd. And, I'm upset that it didn't come out in the video. On my stomach, I actually wrote in marker, Two Strangers, One Podcast. And let me tell you, that permanent marker really, I showered. It was on for about 3 days, and that's with me scrubbing.
It's all red and
I got the fucking Brillo pad.
It's permanently just like a rash on your body.
It was there for about 3 days.
That's great promotion.
Showering now.
Always promoting no matter where you go.
I'm going to hit the beach again with, and let me tell you give me the right amount of money. I'll promote your website.
We'll do it.
Because if you ever seen...
and he looks like in the beginning of the photo... Okay, we have to say that you don't normally look like this.
No.
People are going to think this is...
I purposely made myself...
The first,
I know I'm fat. I know I'm hairy. My hair... I've been growing my hair long. I've never... Because since I was a correction officer...
you have to keep it short.
They didn't let you grow your hair long.
Could you have a mustache too? I feel like
you can have a mustache, but it could pass the edges of your mouth. You could not have a beard.
Ooh.
Now the rule that said you couldn't have a beard started in '89. So if you were hired before '89, you could look like a mountain man.
Grandfathered in.
Yeah, but everyone after. Now I would get away with like a goatee for a couple of days, and then one of my supervisors would go shave it off. But you know what? Fuck that. And that's the whole and that's part of like the reason I did this video is because I'm fucking tired of people telling me what I can and cannot do. But
I want to have facial hair.
If I want to have
that's
facial
how it is
hair
for like the firefighters too.
Yeah,
they can't have they could grow like a handlebar mustache is really all they can
Their argument was if you have a beard, if you ever needed a gas mask because they have the chemical agents, it's like pepper spray, but but they have like ones that come out in the smoke, They have ones that come out like in Dusk and stuff like that.
Okay.
Well, and so they trained us how to use the gas mask. And trust me, I was in this little, what they call a smokehouse.
Basically?
Yeah, they call it a smokehouse. It's basically a shack where they have the smoke grenade just going crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
And when you're wearing a gas mask, you're good to go.
Yeah.
So they said, if you have a beard, the seal under your neck wouldn't be a total complete seal because you have a beard. Now, first and foremost, I always rock the goatee. Mm-hmm. I can understand if I had a mountain man beard.
Yeah.
I don't have any hair under my chin or on my neck.
Right.
It's all...
And it probably goes like
it
really
cuts,
far
it
into
cuts
the neck.
under your chin.
Yeah, and
with my big fat head, it's like, it cuts in between my double chin and my third chin. And
my second and third chin.
Yeah, but it cuts under your
I think that's a bullshit rule. And even if you have a long beard, I feel like you could get around it.
That shit is tight.
Yeah.
If you have a beard, trust me,
it's
jamming the hair back into your face. But, I guess they just want professional looking.
Right. And,
I always kept... now my goatee, I look like a madman. I look like a biker.
Yeah, wait till you see it in the video.
Well, hopefully the people have already seen the video.
Yeah.
And,
the first shot in that video.
I'm like bent over.
Yeah, it just looks like a crazy man.
Well,
so just so everybody knows, this is not the man that I'm sitting across from right now. That's not what he looks like.
Yeah,
He purposely did that look, and it is... I could not stop laughing. I just saw that first scene.
Combed my hair out.
Yeah, I was dying. I was like, you look creepy. And he's in his backyard, like the neighbors could totally see.
Now, I did this, I would say, about 9:30 in the morning. Because my mentality was around 8:39, my neighbors are still going to work. And I did it a couple days ago. So, because now it's like 4th of July weekend.
Calls?
I haven't gotten any calls. And trust me, I looked around, I checked like a motherfucker.
Oh my God.
I said, I want to do it outside because doing it inside...
It doesn't do it justice.
That's a punk move.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to be in a public setting.
Yeah, you can't just
Next, we're going to put you in, like, the city and just on the street.
Let me tell you,
I'll be behind you with, like, a megaphone.
For the right amount of money, I will promote your website. Because goldenpalace.com. And, hey, if they want to throw me some money also.
Sounds like a Chinese restaurant.
I believe it's Golden Palace. They're an online betting site.
Okay.
And there are guys who are boxers and ultimate fighters where someone comes professionally and does like Golden Palace, and they write it on their body. And on top of the money...
promoting the Golden Palace?
Yeah, it's a betting website. And if I'm not mistaken, it's one of those sites that you could bet on fucking anything. You could bet on the Emmys, you could bet on sporting events, you could put $5,000 on what the coin toss is going to be at the beginning of the Super Bowl.
Anything.
Yeah, anything. And hey, the people at Golden Palace want to send me a couple bucks, I will gladly...
we'll sell out, baby.
Yeah, send somebody, because they do it professional. I did it. I had to do it in the mirror, so it looks like it looks all spastic and all out of proportion. If you want to send a professional to my house to paint my belly, I will paint my belly. I'll dance. I'll do the truffle shuffle.
Yeah, I didn't even know Chris did this video. I came to the next session that we did, and he's like, "You got to see this video." And just showed me. I was like, "Well, could you imagine you texting me like?" Can you come over and just write on my chest real quick?
I told you I was going to do it, and you thought I was bullshitting.
I didn't, we were just joking around. He's like, you got to see this video.
Yeah, because
I'm thinking it's who the hell knows? Then all of a sudden, first shot of him.
I'm a man of my word.
Oh my God, I was dying. It's hysterical.
So people,
pass it around on Facebook. Just put in your status.
And that's the whole thing is I know... This has to be shared around.
It has to. It's one of those.
Anyone who's
can't look
seen
away.
The Kevin Smith movie, Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
Oh my God, that was one of the...
She gets famous for being granny panties.
Yeah, exactly. Granny panties.
Because Zack...
Granny panties, aren't you? Yeah. They see her out.
And let me tell you, I got the Spider-Man underwear right. I'm looking at them right now. You can kind of see them sticking out my shirt.
Oh.
So, I got the Spider-Man underwear. So if there's any fans out there, I should put those underwear on auction. I should put those on eBay. And
you get a free Spider-Man watch with it.
Put the money, all my other stuff on eBay is for my own money. Maybe I'll
we should put it in a case, like a frame.
Oh, frame, yeah. Go to Michael's.
Yeah.
Michael's. It's so
funny
everything. I've been I love I'm a creative guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Renaissance man. I sing.
All the
beginnings. I podcast.
All the beginnings of our podcast he creates.
Yeah, every intro, outro. I record. all that stuff I do, you know, I'm talking about in the 90s, I used to be a quote-unquote rapper.
You're one of those.
You know, me and my friend Andy started a
metal
rap. We started a metal band called Gateway Drug. And actually, there's like a ska band out there with the same name, but fuck them. We get famous.
Bullshit.
No ska.
Should trademark it.
Because, you know, coincidentally, there's that rapper, Common.
Yeah.
Now, Common used to go by the name Common Sense.
Oh, really?
That was his rap name. And then, like,
now he just shortened it.
A ska band went by the name of Common Sense, and, like, they took him to court, and he backed down.
Really?
Fuck that!
Why did he back down?
Because I don't know, he's a punk.
He didn't have common sense.
Yeah, so that's a whole, like, Common's not his real name, but I'm saying his first
rap name.
Performing name was Common Sense. So, like I said, we go by the name Gateway Drug. Fuck that. Take me to court. You know what I'm saying?
And actually, fight that shit. In the Spider-Man thong and all.
And now, if the other Gateway Drug wants to give me some money,
yeah, we'll take money anywhere.
Oh my God!
If anybody just wants to give us money for being on,
I'll do personal appearances. Just go to www.doublejackpot.us. My email address is on there if you want to contact me.
Central.
Now the check has to clear first. You know, I don't get out of bed unless that check clears. Fuck that.
Rules are rules.
And
now, earlier you were talking about bears. Now I'm interested. He looks at me and he's like, "Do you know what bears?"
Before we started the episode,
I'm like, "What, the animal? I don't know." Yeah. And he's like, I'll explain it." Now I'm like a little nervous to bring it up.
I'll bring up bears. First and foremost, I'm going to give a shout out to our buddies Living Lame. Cordero and the buddies, Dwight, all of them.
West Coast love.
West Coast. You can find them on Facebook, facebook.com/Living Lame. They're on Stitcher. They're on iTunes. LIVIN apostrophe hyphen lame. And
they're on our Facebook too.
I posted there. They did an episode where they interviewed me,
right?
And like I told them, you know, for anyone new listening to the show, it's called Two Strangers One Podcast. We don't know each other.
Right. We literally met the very first episode.
We're getting to know each other, but the first time we even spoke, because everything before our first episode was text messages and emails. We met each other on the first episode.
He never heard my fantastic voice.
It's kind of got that smoky, sultry... what's that? Kathleen Turner. You know, I think Kathleen Turner. Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. Now it's
back in the day, Kathleen Turner.
Settle down.
Not
Kathy, stop it.
Yeah, Kathleen Turner back in the day. You know, she was the voice of Jessica Rabbit and stuff like that. So, you know, you have
she had the voice back in the day.
And Demi Moore.
Demi
Moore has that
crazy,
that smoky voice. So, yeah, I have absolutely no problem with your voice.
But yeah, the very first episode was the very first time we are actually meeting.
Yeah,
so when we met and then put that out, everybody met us too. It's one big.
Yeah, it's a big party.
Big meeting.
Everyone's invited.
Yes.
And that's the whole thing is that really, like, when we record in my house, and basically, I mean, except for the time when we have technical problems, we usually only maybe talk 10, 15, 20 minutes maybe before we start the episode. And that's all like logistic stuff. Mm-hmm. And then we just record.
Yeah, we just go right into it.
We genuinely...
Like, we'll be like, do you have topics? No. Do you? No. Okay, let's go into it.
Like, this should be episode 21. I didn't add you on my Facebook page episode 18.
We were never friends. We were actually literally strangers on Facebook.
Yeah,
we were never Facebook official.
We don't really talk to each other. And, you know, not that I don't want to. It's just...
So he doesn't ever want to talk to me.
But it's the beauty of our show is that we really don't know each other.
We meet twice a week, do our show. And that's it. We really are strangers. Just constantly, as we're learning about each other, you guys are hearing us learn about each other.
Yeah. And the beautiful thing about this show is that, you know, I'm 35, you're 26.
Holla.
There's an age difference there. I'm a guy, you're a girl. I'm a comic book nerd. You're more of a reality show junkie. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of cross the whole pop spectrum, pop culture spectrum.
It's fun. It's sexy. It's flirty.
And since we don't know each other, we kind of have to explain things to each other.
Yeah, because I never know anything about comics. I know more about comics now. I feel like I just have to, like, I saw Spider-Man, I was like, oh, that's Gwen, what's her name now?
Gwen Stacy.
Gwen Stacy. I'm like, that's going to be Gwen Stacy right now. Like, I know the characters. I'm like, yeah, that's the lizard thing.
He only had one arm,
you know,
as a doctor.
He was like the doctor, the professor, he was like his friend. All right, guys?
So, we're constantly asking each other, do you know this? Do you know that? Do you know this? So, literally about 3 minutes before we started the episode, I said, do you know what a bear is?
I know the animal, but I don't think that's what you're talking about.
Okay, a bear in gay society. A bear
big guy.
Is a fat,
big, hairy
guy who usually, the weird thing in that culture is that, like, the fat, hairy guy is usually not attracted to other fat, hairy guys. I mean, there's a community of them, but usually the combination you'll see is like a fat, hairy guy with another guy who maybe isn't that fat, maybe a little chubby, usually clean-shaven.
Hairless.
And the funny thing is, that's the catchphrase. The funny thing is, every time I say the funny thing is, you can take a shot of alcohol or a shot of ginger ale since I'm sober. Shot of ginger ale, shot of Mountain Dew. Well, Mountain Dew as soon as they get rid of
Little Wayne
in their commercials. And so, yeah, bears are heavy-set, hairy, gay men. And bears do have sex with other bears, and they call the boyfriends, if they're kind of smaller and still kind of hairy, they call them otters.
Otters? Out of all the animals?
Yeah.
I feel like a cub. Let's go with the bear theme.
And if the person's totally clean-shaven and I'm just saying this, I'm just reporting it. It's called a twink. But I've heard twink.
What does twink mean?
Like Twinkie, like a Tinkerbell, like it's like it's almost it's a derogatory term also. So
he's like skinny and hairless.
Yeah,
that's a twink.
And so
teach me more about the skateboard world.
And so there are guys out there that are attracted to heavy-set, hairy men.
Not
so I'm wondering if I'm going to get a bear following.
You can.
And let me tell you, I got no shame in my game.
You can porn, Chris.
Oh my God! Oh,
yeah. You're big brave.
Oh yeah.
Bear on twink. Twink on bear.
Well, no.
You're not going to do that? I want you to
and no disrespect. I got love for my gay brothers, but I'm totally.
You're totally on top.
But, yeah, right. And then usually the bears are the dominant, quote-unquote, top, the pitcher. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm not gay, but if I was, I would be the pitcher. If I ever went to jail,
Here we go.
And, and I used to be a correctional officer, and I used to say, if I ever went to jail, I don't know, I don't...
I'm glad you're already thinking, like, when I go to jail...
Look, I have a tendency to...
That's creepy.
I got a phone call from 00.
It's all zeros. It's the Gay Bear Society. 000.
Incoming call from 000.
I'm sorry. Let me I keep forgetting putting my phone on silent. So, hey, if there's any bears out there, you want to pay me to come out. I don't do...
You could just be in the background of the setting and just dance.
I'm a whore, but I'm not that kind of whore.
just in the background. A big bear in the back.
Much love to all my brother bears out there. Not that I'm a bear, but I'm wondering if I'm going to get
You have the bear look, I guess.
I have
but you're not in the industry.
If I was in the bear community, because they're chubby chasers and hairy chasers.
Okay, right.
So I would be like, I'm like the Megan Fox.
Be like the grizzly bear.
Papa Bear.
Here comes the big bear.
And, what's that, what's the name of that app? You find gay guys?
Grindr?
Grindr. Oh, yeah. But, if I went on Grindr, forget about it.
Everybody flocking to you. Let's put you on it one day and see you come.
Bear
See how many bear lovers we can get in the Rochester area. Otter. That's so random to me.
Yeah, otter is usually someone that's not as fat. Kind of fat.
But hairless.
More of a... No. Twinks are hairless. Otters are kind of smaller bears,
Like a baby bear.
Baby bear. So,
yeah, I don't get the little otter.
Yeah, so...
Do otters have hair?
What was that?
Do otters even have hair?
Yeah, otters
like
have
a real
hair.
animal.
Oh, no, yeah, otters are fairy. Otters are... They float on the water and they crack the little things on their stomachs.
Yeah, I just feel like they just have like that mustache hair.
They have mustache hair. And they have the cute little hands. You ever see the otter where they take like a rock and they break something on their stomach? Oh, boy.
No, she's pissed.
And we're back.
Yeah,
my daughter.
She's not pissed anymore.
She just wants attention. And then
Typical female.
Typical, take a shot.
Yeah, typical. Shot it.
That's Kristyn. Every time you hear Kristyn say typical, that's when you take a shot. It doesn't have to be an alcohol drink. It could be root beer, ginger ale, Mountain Dew as soon as they get rid of it.
It's more fun with alcohol, though. Little one.
Yeah. If you drink, go right ahead. Drink your fucking brains out.
If you're underage, we do not endorse.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, if you're underage, don't drink. But then if you're underage, you're going to be listening to this show anyway. But yeah, when I had my own home, I'm too cheap to go out and drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I went out and drank...
It can be expensive.
And in New York...
New York is the worst.
$5 for a domestic beer, $6 for...
You might as well get shit-faced before you go out. That way you're maybe spending it on one or two things.
And let me tell you...
And I've done it.
That's a white person thing.
What is
Well, no, it's... In my whole culture... Well, growing up... Because, once again, for any new listeners, I'm 100% Puerto Rican, even though...
He looks white.
I look white. If you saw the video...
Puerto Rican. Yeah, you've seen the
video.
And
you would think I would have better moves for being Puerto Rican. I would do a little salsa, or the Spanish,
spice it up a
little bachata, a little merengue, but unfortunately, I don't know.
You're restricted with that G-string.
I'm what they call Sorta Rican.
Sorta Rican.
But, shit, I lost my train of thought.
What would you guys do when you went out? Like, we would drink.
So
it's
either you went out and drank. Like, if you worried about...
You're either committed fully.
Yeah, if you were going to go out and drink, and if you worried about spending money, then you just went to a shithole bar.
Right.
You would go to a cheaper bar. Now, of course, there were nights where my friends wanted to go to friggin' dance clubs and stuff like that, and I just never got that whole culture where, like, there's a million people outside the club and you got a tip to get in and you're paying, these idiots paying like $200 for a bottle of champagne and stuff. That never made sense. So if you were worried about money, you either went to a shithole bar, like a whole little, and trust me, me and my friends, and I guess just even in New York City, even the most dive biker bar, you're going to get homeboys. You're going to get guys in there, And so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there's no... I guess, when it comes to getting drunk in New York City, there's no racism. Everybody
everybody's out there for the same reason.
Yeah, if you're a racist, being in New York City is just not the place for you.
The melting pot, Christopher.
And... so a friend of mine started dating this chick in New Jersey. And she was in a sorority and all sorts of stuff. And, hey, look... Out of all my friends, this is a sad comment on society. Out of all my friends, well, my brother graduated from college. I only have one person in my group of friends that actually graduated college. And even then,
what do you say about choosing your friends better?
These guys have been my friends since I have certain friends that have been my friends since like 11 years old. You know what I'm saying? I love to death, but. Call it a sad comment on society. I only have one friend that graduated, and he graduated from John Jay, which is the same place my father graduated from, the same place my brother graduated from.
Like the criminal justice.
Yeah, it's a criminal justice, and you could major in basket weaving in John Jay. No offense, Andy, I love you. And
everyone applied to John Jay.
We went to this girl's house, and she was part of a sorority, and all these white girls came over, and since we're in Jersey, I mean. Real white chicks. And
Kappa, and pie.
I thought, hey, I'm going to get laid. I didn't get any action that night.
You didn't show me your dance moves, that's why.
I should have danced in my underwear. And
you want some of it?
And so what happened was they all show up, and they all have drinks. They all bring bottles with them.
Right.
And it just shows you the cultural difference, because I'm like, I was like, because I told my friend, I said, I thought we were going out and drink. Yes, no, we're drinking here.
The pregame, we call it the pregame.
The pregame.
Yeah.
And I think they called it something like that.
Yeah.
And
we always even in college, we would not like get wasted, but we'd go to somebody's house, our apartment, drink, and I'd be like, all right, we're ready to go. I mean, we still spent money though. That was the thing. It really wasn't that beneficial.
That's the whole thing. If you were drinking at home, why the fuck go out? And then plus that just doubles your chances of getting in trouble with drunk driving and stuff like that.
Well, in New York City, we'd walk or take a cab.
Yeah.
And, in college, we could walk to the bars.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't like we were really driving anywhere.
Oh, that's a little different. Yeah. I drove.
Well, totally. If you were driving to the bar, then it's like one person sober, or you're risking people's lives. Yeah,
that's and
so I thought everybody pregame.
Yeah, if I'm
stupid white people.
Yeah. No, if I'm drinking and I'm at home, fuck them. What am I going out for? Yeah. I'll stay home and
you guys are either committed at home or committed spending money going out, which makes sense.
Yeah, I don't understand at the time, and I still don't in a way. If I'm at home, I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Only reason I would even go out to a club is one, like my friend's driving, or I'm thinking I'm going to meet somebody. Yeah. But then again, if I'm going to meet somebody, I don't want to be that slosh. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
You really get to know somebody.
Yeah. I love you. And I'm a happy drunk. It's funny, I don't drink anymore, but like, when I drink, I'll walk up to a stranger.
You're a lovable bear.
I love you. Oh yeah, a teddy bear. The girls, everyone's always called me the teddy bear.
Twink.
Anything but a twink. I'm not skinny and I'm not hairless. I'm the opposite of a twink. And
because college parties, we would either you brought your own stuff over to the house, or you paid $5 and they had a keg, and then everybody drank, and then once the keg was done,
and that's a white thing because we never. I never.
We're so complicated.
I never went to a party that had a keg. Ever,
oh, really?
Ever.
That's like in college, that was like the going to the keg party.
Yeah, I mean,
it filled a mass amount of people.
If you want to get drunk cheap, just drink a 40 ounce. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there was always, we just had malt liquor, and then, luckily, all the guys from Yemen who ran all the corner stores by us, who don't give a fuck about IDing us and stuff like that. So, I was drinking at 13, 14, 15, drinking 40 ounces.
No wonder why you're sober. You started early.
Yeah, I got a...
He already got out of his system.
That shit ain't cute anymore, you know what I'm saying? I really, and it was the same thing, like when I became a correction officer, stopped smoking weed, to be the only person in the room not fucked up.
It's awkward.
It's funny.
I think it dumbs me down. I'm like, this is how stupid I used to act.
Exactly. Yeah. Being the only sober person in the room.
You're suddenly like, oh, it's an awakening.
Yeah, and you're almost like, I get a little disgusted. Like, I fucking hate these people. I hate people drunk and stoned. You're a really irritating asshole. Luckily, I was high before I realized that.
I've been like a DD a few times, and it's just like, you don't realize the assholes that are out there in the bars. Not necessarily my friends, but just other people where you're like, oh, look how annoying they are.
The official call of the douchebag.
Woo! That's why they take the shot. Woo! Yeah. Asking for a shot. Woo! Bachelorette party! And they're like cheating on their soon-to-be fiance or husband. Like, oh my lord. You just sit there and watch and you're like, wow.
Yeah,
am I like this?
That's definitely why.
Just loud, obnoxious, somebody's puking. There's always somebody that's got to puke. Ruins it for everyone. White people don't know how to act. I'm white, so I can say that. Sometimes I don't know how to act, alright? But sometimes, it gets too much when you're sober and just sitting there.
Yeah,
Can I have another water, please? Extra ice.
Well, what I do is I try to keep it slick and I order a ginger ale, so it looks like a mixed drink. It looks
and then you walk around a little tipsy.
Or ginger ale and cranberry juice is actually a really good mix, but just by itself, no alcohol. Ginger ale, and so that's what I order. And so it looks like I have some sort of mixed drink on me.
Trick on everyone.
Yeah, I don't want to look like the.
So wait, I love everyone.
I love you. Just walking the street.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm out.
Over. Chris, you passed the breathalyzer.
But I love you, man. I love you, man. Walking all wobbly and shit. Can't do the line.
So, one thing I wanted to talk about, I'm in the video. I'm there.
Yes, please.
Almost in the buff.
Please send the video around the world.
I have 13 tattoos.
Oh, really?
Do you have any?
No.
Wow.
I'm just scared. Well, I've never really, thought about it.
I was waiting to hear. Oh, yeah, I got one. I can't show it to you.
I can't show you right now. No, because I wouldn't know where to get it. I'd be too indecisive, and I wouldn't know what to get. Mm-hmm. And then I feel like I'd hate it after a year.
Wow.
That's how. I don't know. I just would be too. Not necessarily scared of it. It's just I know I'd hate it probably in a year. I'd be sick of it. Oh, okay.
So yeah. I don't know.
But there's people that love it. Yeah.
It's an addiction, man. And luckily, like Netflix, rewatching all these shows, Miami Ink.
Right. Yeah.
There's a show just called Ink.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's one more about tattoo parlors. Yeah, Ink, is that the one about Hart and Huntington? Or whatever. I just love these shows. Well, first and foremost, I just like tattoos.
Yeah.
And I am a tattoo
some
fanatic.
Amazing tattoo artists.
The only reason I don't have more is because I don't have the disposable income.
Right.
If I had
They're
the money,
expensive.
I'd be covered. Now, I would keep them off my hands and my neck. Those are the two places, and my face, obviously. But, I mean, if I wore a long-sleeve shirt, the rest of me would be covered up. So, I mean,
yeah.
I get Two Strangers, One Podcast tattooed on my stomach.
There you go.
Like Tupac, West Side, or whatever. Thug Life. Pod Life.
Yeah, Pod Life. I'll get Pod Life. I like that. I won't hate that.
That's dedication.
Chris, look what I did.
I thought I was the man because I'm dancing half naked in a video.
But I got Pod Life. I'll get it on my neck.
That's dedication.
And you were in the prisons there. I've seen on Locked Up, where they do tattoos on each other.
Yeah.
Well, how do they do it? What are they
how
using?
They do is all a tattoo is a needle going back and forth.
Okay.
So technically, if you have the ink and a needle, you can give yourself a tattoo.
Okay.
And trust me, I know a lot of people who have.
Give me a tattoo.
I
got pens here.
Well, I mean,
open the ink.
Usually it's stupid kids who don't know what they're doing. But let's just say you did have some sort of skills, you would draw a picture on yourself nicely, and then you get what they call India ink.
Okay.
And you just take a pen and just keep poking yourself so where the dots kind of connect, and it makes a tattoo.
That's gonna take forever.
In jail, they do. Burn the edge of a toothbrush. They burn a pen.
Okay.
To get ash. Or you can just use regular ink, but after a while it's going to spread in the skin and look like shit, because that's not ink meant to be.
Right.
Tattoo ink is obviously
a certain
type
of ink.
Supposed to
so they use ash then.
They use ash, ink, a combination of ash and ink. And
creative.
I've actually seen guys who have taken apart their fans. I heard it done with Walkmans also, but I never worked at a facility that had Walkmans. You take the motor out of your fan. Now, if you could imagine...
Oh, they got that pointy thing, right?
Well, no. The motor that comes out of the fan... Now, imagine a reciprocating... and it's hard for me to describe for the listeners, but I could draw the...
You could draw it, but...
I could, a lined U, so it would spin like that. Imagine a hand crank.
Okay.
But instead of you're cranking the hand, the motor is spinning the axle. And
okay.
This is going up and down.
Okay.
And hopefully
you got that.
Hopefully the audience, it doesn't.
It's hard to translate. Fan and you'll see what he's talking about.
Well, no. I'm just saying is the motor spins the axle, and then they make something out of, paper clips or wire or something, where there's a lump, but as the lump spins, it goes up and down, almost like a piston
in a car.
To a piston in the car or a piston on a train.
Okay.
That circular motion is led into up and down motion. Well, actually, on a train, it's backwards. Up and down, run into circular.
Just so you know.
And so guys will take what I've seen. I've never seen made out of a cassette deck, but I've seen it made out of fan motors. And
basically to do the circular motion.
Yeah, the circular motion to an up and down pin. You put a pin on the end. Now, everyone talks about, in prison you get dirty tattoos. Well, technically, if you get your hands on a couple different pins, that's only...
right.
You can... And I definitely don't... You can technically have... it's not like you're going to give each other diseases if you change the pin in between guys.
It's safer than the tattoo parlor.
Yeah. Or the unbent staple. That can be used also.
Like a little shark thing.
Yeah, a little shark, because all it's got to do is penetrate the skin with the ink, and then the ink. So if you mix the ash, if you mix the ash with dark ink, it'll turn into basically a tattoo. And I've seen some very decent prison tattoos. Of course, I've seen tons of shitty ones. You know what I'm saying? Like words and misspelled, and like they didn't even try to most tattoo artists, they kind of put the work on there first, right, and then they trace over it. Now, I went to this great guy, Jonathan Peters. His studio used to be called Skullduggery in Brooklyn, but he moved up to New Hampshire, and the name of the studio is Blue Huron, Huron, like the bird. And I don't know if he's still in operation, but if he is, I can't recommend that guy enough. I'm covered in
John Peters?
Jonathan Peters, yeah.
So
but I think it's still Jonathan. I don't think it's John. I think he goes by Jonathan Peters.
GP.
But it's Blue Huron Studios, and I believe it's in New Hampshire. It's all the way northeast. First and foremost, the guy is professional as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Now, when he had that tattoo, Skullduggery, that was his apartment.
Ooh,
now,
like
it was ran like a fucking studio.
Yeah.
And, because the guy did all the work on my dad. And my dad's a biker now, he has all these tattoos on him. The work is all custom. He doesn't trace. And, on my father has a picture of himself riding on his motorcycle with a skeleton on the back, and the skeleton's ripping my father's face and his stomach. And now, of course, the guy took liberties and made my father thinner. I think that was on my father's request. and
does it look like your dad?
It looks like my dad. And it was my father's old motorcycle too. It's not the one he has anymore. But
well, some people are amazing.
Yeah, Jonathan Peters. Now,
I wish I could draw.
Fucking awesome.
Terrible.
Now, have you ever, I know because I'm more of a comic book guy. Have you ever looked at those books like How to Draw?
Yeah.
And it's always they start with circles and rectangles.
And then they form like a face, eventually leads up to a face.
Yeah, and there's a circle, then they make it into an egg. And this guy actually did that on my arm. And I'm showing you the piece I have now.
Yeah.
It's, for people listening out there, it's the cover of Metallica's And Justice for All album.
Okay.
And mind you, I got this in '97. You can still see the detail, those supposed to be dollar bills. You can see the edges on the dollar bills. Yeah. This guy did it. Now, he did take a light magic marker and use the circles and rectangles and shit.
So that's how we learn how to draw.
Yeah, he was a full-blown artist. Because nowadays,
that's what I gotta get.
You go to tattoo parlors, and they put that...
they put something... I've seen my friend got one.
Yeah, they put that...
I don't know what it's called, but it's...
yeah, the traceable. The trace paper. The trace paper, yeah. And they put that on you, and then they just trace that. Yeah. And the art in that is... the shading and everything don't get me wrong. Just because you trace doesn't mean you're not a good artist. Right. But this guy did it pretty much. And then plus, since he did it on my arm, it fit my arm. It fits your arm better as opposed to just like this badge and just putting on you. And like I said, he's done all my father's work. The only reason I haven't gone to him is because he moved up to freaking New Hampshire. I would go back to the
You're in the New Hampshire area.
Yeah, Blue Huron Studios.
Do we have listeners in New Hampshire?
Actually, no. I'm surprised we don't. Well, at least the last time I checked, I don't think we have.
What's going on, East Coast? East Coast, South and West Coast is loving us.
Yeah, we got
plenty of. Our state is whack.
Yeah, the Southwest loves us.
Yes.
Arizona, Texas, California, we're getting much love, and I definitely want to say.
Did we get the Midwest yet?
No Midwest, no.
We're working on you guys.
North Dakota, South Dakota, Idaho, they're still.
We're working on. That's
hopefully. When they see this video.
When we get the Dakotas, I'm popping in champagne. We got to get one in each of the Dakotas.
I would be happy with a fan in each state.
I would love that. Yeah. That would be popping 2 bottles.
Yeah. Hawaii and Alaska too.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. I don't know how I would celebrate that.
You would have to do another video. That's all. That's all these people ask.
One day, before I die, I'm going to visit every state.
Right.
I
we might do a world tour. Or the nation tour.
Well, I was thinking we should, I swear to God, this is not funny, we should just go somewhere with like a fold-up table.
That's what I'm saying.
And just set up the laptop, because this is all portable.
Right.
All we need is one plug. And I got like a 50-foot extension cord upstairs.
My dad's an electrician. We got a lot of extension cords.
All we need is one cord. I mean, we'd have tons of background noise, but we should just find somewhere and just set up. Like, go to like if they have like a comic book convention and just set up our table.
Would we get in trouble? Do you need a permit?
I think stuff like that you probably need a permit.
But I think we could get away long enough before we get kicked out.
Oh yeah.
Like we sit there podcast and then suddenly they're like, you gotta leave. And then we get them on the audio, okay? And then I'll fight back a little bit and I'll be like, okay, we gotta go.
Yeah, and don't be wrong.
And you have to be in your Speedo when you're podcasting. We'll definitely get kicked out.
For paid events, I'll be in my work for a paid event.
I'll be in my hot dog costume.
We'll
show up in full-blown costume.
We're based out of Rochester, but
we're not doing it in the winter. We're not going to be outside in the winter.
Well, yeah, I mean,
where should we set up? We got to find Monroe Ave. We can go outside the Otter Lodge.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about otters, and up here in Rochester, there's a place called the Otter Lodge. Now,
it's on like the Monroe Ave.
It's on Monroe Ave.
They have a lot of ours.
It's a major thoroughfare in Rochester.
I think I've seen it.
It's further up. I think it's past.
Is it by like Jeremiah?
Elmwood? No, it's past. Way past that.
It's like Jeremiah's usually like the area.
Yeah, Jeremiah's, and there's an asshole that hangs on Jeremiah, so I can't.
Plenty of assholes.
Yeah, plenty of assholes.
It's one of those obnoxious bars where it could be better, but it's like kind of small, and like people are just drunk and just hitting.
The guy who does karaoke there is a nice guy.
I haven't been to karaoke.
Karaoke nights there. The guy who does karaoke nights, and that's the only reason I ever went.
What
because everyone else in Jeremiah.
I was just talking to my friends.
I want to say it's either Monday or Tuesday. Because it's one of like the off nights. Because he gets like a paid gig on the weekends when he does karaoke.
Right.
But Jeremiah is, I think he does.
Or we can host a karaoke event at Jeremiah.
Oh my god! Well, there's one particular asshole.
It's not.
Let's put it like this: I was on this guy's lawn at 3:00 in the morning, challenging him to fight, and the faggot told the cops on me. So. Yeah.
Pussy.
Yeah, real fucking pussy. He should have taken his ass whipping like a man.
Does he work at Jeremiah's, or he's just always there?
He used to live right around the corner from Jeremiah's. And this fucking faggot, and I'm sorry, I don't mean, when I say faggot, I mean,
take it back,
I don't mean to offend anybody, and I definitely, this pussy, this fairy, that's the wrong word.
You're really digging a hole here.
I love my jerk. I'm a bear, for Christ's sake.
Yes.
Yeah. I went to fight him. He called the cops. Then he came outside. By the time the cops came, by the time he came outside, the cops were there, and it was. Now, mind you, I was a correctional officer at the time, drunk out of my skull, and which is another reason why I don't drink anymore. And the cop said, You're good enough to get back to where you're staying? And I said, yeah. And they go, get the hell out of here. I had my gun on me and everything. I was going to bullet this motherfucker. In my state of mind. So that's the only reason I stay away from Jeremiah's, because that guy...
All right, we're not going to Jeremiah's, Chris, all right? We're going to the Otter Lodge.
Dog-faced rapist.
Dog-faced.
And he pushes himself upon women. He's a fucking rapist piece of shit. So that's why I was going to kick his ass. Sorry if it got real serious there for a second.
Switching topics now.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Did you hear? Do you know what I'm going to say?
Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes broke up?
How did you guys? Tomcat, Dunzo.
Now, because I remember a couple months ago, wasn't Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith breaking up?
There's a rumor, but it was squashed. Like, they're still together, so I don't know if they were thinking about it or what.
Because I know Will Smith used to hang out with them. I don't know if Will Smith is officially like a Scientologist,
I think they are.
He may be, or
I don't know if they're as hardcore, but
he's smart enough to stay in that circle because he's affluent in Hollywood.
I think they're just not as hardcore, but they're Tom Cruise, they used to hang out with them.
You know, my thing is, once Will Smith and Jada break up, there's no hope for anybody. Those two are supposed to be the perfect couple. Yeah. Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes.
Now, I was reading, I know, it was a stupid marriage to begin with. Now, I was reading, I guess he's been married, this is his third marriage. Mm-hmm. Now, all the women that he divorced, they were always the age 33 when he would get divorced from them. So I don't know what the hell that was all
about. Once a woman over 30?
Once you get 34, it's over.
Oh, yeah. Once you're a woman, you hit 34. Men get better with age.
Oh, here we go. But yeah, I guess it's just because she doesn't want the little baby girl there to be raised Scientologist, and he's, I guess, really, he's really into it.
Wow.
He wants her out.
That shows it was all bullshit. That was a bullshit marriage. That was a marriage of convenience.
But she fired everyone. Like that Tom, I guess it was Tom's security team that she had, fired them, got a new one, fired her PR that she switched to, that was Tom's, and now back with her old one.
Oh yeah, because
she's cleaned up house.
Because she's
not getting much though with the
prenup. She got sucked into that, forgive me for using the word, cult.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And
I guess like she never really took Scientology too seriously. Yeah. She's trying to. I mean, who really
any
does?
person with common sense. Well, unless people from Scientology want me to dance in my underwear out there.
Yeah, we'll take it seriously.
That check clears. I'll praise
I'll get it tattooed on my back.
But yeah, because what's that guy, Rupert Murdoch?
Yep.
Got into big, he got into hot water because he said it's like an evil, he said like evil, he used the words evil cult. Yeah,
they have, that article out again the other day up there. But I guess they have, I didn't know this, but I think Robert Murdoch talked about it too. Something about, it's called the CSEA organization. And it's basically you send your kid away, and it's a Scientology cruise, basically. So it's like you're raised there. I was bringing that up. Remember I didn't know what it was, And so, I guess Tom Cruise wanted Surrey to eventually do that. She's like, no.
Oh, fuck that.
But, you're just on the ship, and it's like a militant thing. Like,
I used to work at a place. I used to work at a place that,
you're basically not raising your child. You're just sending it on a boat.
Yeah, they have tons of cruises. The Scientology, they have, because, like I said, there was a woman who used to have a post office box, and she was, I don't know if she was a Scientologist, but she used to get mail from them.
Right.
And there was tons of catalogs, and, once again, I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations already, and not that I'm reading her mail, because it was a magazine.
Yeah.
And all the pages were, like, it was any magazine that's towards a lifestyle. Right. There's a million ads in it. So, if you're a Scientologist, you're pouring money into this organization, and there's getaway weekend retreat sort of a deal. And
I mean, they were smart though. They went after like the celebrities.
Because that's where the money's at, and they brainwash you. And then once you have that celebrity influence, then all the fucking sheep.
It's a bandwagon. It's like when the Kabbalah came about with Madonna.
Yeah.
That didn't really take off as big, but that was a big thing then.
Yeah, everybody's like,
ooh. What should we promote?
Kim Kardashian wears a fucking feather in her hair. Next week all the dummies are going to be wearing feathers in their hair. You know what I'm saying?
I got a big ass, and that's because of Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, you're just following the trend.
Okay? That's all. I want it, I swear.
And so, I mentioned this before. They have what they call I believe it's called the E-meter, or it was the something meter.
You're right. They were, they just had an article where Katie just, I'm such a loser, and I read it. That, she had to go, they called it, audits.
The audit,
And she had to go and
the cruise is a whole weekend audit where they...
It's basically confession, right?
What they do is they ask you a bunch of questions, and you hold on to these two handles.
Yeah, the silver rod.
And the thing in the middle is kind of like an oval shape with dials and gauges on it.
They believe it reads your thoughts. And it's basically
I think it's supposed to be like the more clearer you are of mind, the more energy passes through your body. And they
videotape it, they said, and all that. So I wonder if they're going to leak the videotape.
And
of Katie Holmes, because I guess her father was weary about this whole shit.
Yeah, of course.
So told her, don't...
Well, hopefully she got strong enough lawyers not to put that shit out.
Well, it was like, don't tell them everything when you go to these audits, so... But I kind of want to see these.
And he's got these dials and hands.
If you have to go to this shit, that is not a safe environment. I'm weary as it is. If you're sending me on a cruise,
and they have tons of. I mean, it will drain your pocket. It'll leave you broke. Now, if you take that cheap-minded individual who will believe everything Tom Cruise tells her to do, you'll be living on a freaking no budget, and that's what a bunch of religious people, and I'm not whatever, but people who just throw money at a church and because their lives have a fucking hole in it, and they fill that hole.
And who knows where all that money's really going? Like, put the money in the bank. I want that track to know exactly where that money is going, and I want to stay and where it's going.
Well, their recruiting center in Hollywood is like from what I understand, it's like one of the most beautiful buildings. You walk in, it's all
They went after the right people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it was just that she's been planning it for a year. And she filed in New York because she wants sole custody of Surrey. And in California, it would be a big issue. But in New York, it's more. She's got a prenup, so she's not really getting much. But yeah, I guess. Yeah, she just lost all her friends and all that.
That's too much. And I'm not.
I guess he's just too into it for her.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, she should have. And unfortunately, some women just get with guys because they want that kid. They don't want a man in life. They just want a sperm donor.
But yeah, I guess that she was just saying he's just constantly working. He's really just never home.
Yeah.
So when he is home, he's a good father, but he's only
he married a Hollywood actor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Quite possibly one of the top. He's at least top 10 of if not top 5 of the biggest Hollywood draws, movie stars. What the fuck did you expect?
Mm-hmm. He's always traveling. So.
Yeah, the guy is,
They lasted more than what I thought. They lasted 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
6 years.
Of course, there's the rumors that
G-A-Y.
Sammy
John Travolta. Will Smith, I've heard that rumor too.
Wow.
But who the hell knows? Until I get real footage of them hooking up with a guy. Then it's just rumors.
They always say that, the phrase is beard. When you marry a woman you marry a woman so she's your illusion that you're straight.
Right.
Yeah.
I could totally see Tom being...
Yeah,
and I can see John Travolta.
Yeah.
He's a great dancer. I mean, I can just see it. It's if you are, just embrace it already.
Yeah.
Who came out this weekend, too? Come on.
Oh, Anderson Cooper. Yeah.
And everybody
I'm starting to actually click.
Everybody on Twitter was like, who would have thought? We all knew. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually
Cooper came out as...
File that under no shit.
File that under no shit.
He was saying that he felt that it would endanger his credibility as a reporter. And, because he's one of those guys that keeps going to the Middle East.
Yeah.
And, in that culture... You're
dead.
out of the closet in that culture. They will literally stone you to death.
And it was so... I'm totally for it. Go ahead, be yourself. But unfortunately, you get those people that...
We still live in times where...
It's not accepted.
That's a newsworthy event. Who's gay?
And it was just so obvious that he was over the years. To me it was obvious, but there's people who were like, he couldn't be.
Yeah.
But I watch Channel Bravo a lot, which is a lot of basically...
women and gay men.
Exactly. That's what that channel's geared toward. And he's always on it, the talk shows. And he's talking about the shows. It's you are not trying to be straight here.
Yeah, whenever a guy is a little too manicured.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, I guess other than bears, bears don't care.
Is he a twink?
He's a twink. Oh, Anderson is totally a twink.
If we can get
I don't know if he likes bears, but if...
I don't know if he likes... But if he does,
you saw Anderson Cooper dating Kevin Smith.
I know, right?
And he is... Anderson Cooper is the definition of twink. Well-built, manicured, thin,
he's just tiny and... Yeah, he's a healthy man.
Yeah,
he's the silver twink. Silver fox.
Yeah, silver fox. Which hopefully I'll be one day.
That's what I'm seeing tonight.
You're going to go see Spider-Man?
No. Oh. No, I probably should.
I'm excited.
I'm trying to get on your page.
You're going to get on, you're going to go see Magic Mike.
You know it.
Oh my God.
I'm
surprised you haven't seen it yet.
No, I was busy this weekend. And then,
that's right, you were on a boat.
On a boat.
Or whatever.
I'm seeing that. So I'll think of you when they're in a nice Speedo. But I guess Magic Mike did well, and Ted did well this weekend.
Ted did well.
I don't feel about it, but
I want to see it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to love Ted, but the fact that way too many people are excited about it makes me not.
I heard good and bad.
Yeah, it's oh my God, it's so offensive.
Right, and then I've heard I thought it was going to be funnier. So I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I've heard that, but
look,
people might have just not gotten the joke.
From people on my end of the spectrum, I keep hearing, oh my God, it's hilarious / one of the most offensive movies I've ever seen. And, I hope, and, I like Family Guy. It's on fucking 23 hours a day, between TBS,
They're shoving it down my throat.
Cartoon Network, it's on constantly.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I think I'm going to do it.
And it's always the same 10 episodes.
Yeah, because those first couple seasons are in syndication, you know, so it's like, you know, and don't get me wrong, I like Family Guy, but it's fucking crammed down your fucking throat. So, I mean, I like it. I like Seth MacFarlane. Now, you know, there's rumor that Seth MacFarlane is gay.
Oh, really?
Because he's way too manicured.
Oh, he's very,
you know,
very,
you know, he's seen way too many shows to you know.
He's Stewie from Family Guy.
Yeah, he's way, well, show-tunes aren't the right word. Even though he does like shows, like he kind of, you know, it reflects on Family Guy whenever they do like big opening, big musical numbers from, that were kind of like reminiscent of the golden age of Hollywood.
Right.
And,
now he used to date, I don't know how long ago this was, but it was a random couple. It was like Amanda Bynes.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I mean, another.
Tom Cruise dated Katie Holmes. I mean,
exactly.
You know, Katie Holmes.
Tom Cruise had 3 marriages.
Yeah, and
so it doesn't say much.
What's the blonde one he dated? She was in one of the Batman movies. Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, Nicole Kidman.
I don't get the attraction to her.
I'm with you on that. I don't. And she's so
looks like such a bitch. And unfortunately, this is years ago. This was like the article came out after their divorce, and it claimed to be a transcription of a phone conversation that Tom Cruise was having with her.
Okay.
And all it was like, it's Tom Cruise. Come on, please, just talk to me. Just talk to me. And then like you would see silence. Come on, just talk to me, you know, and like, you know, or what about this? And she gave him like all one-word answers. And of course, I don't know how true it is. And as a man, I shouldn't be reading this shit. Yeah, but like, you know, she was giving him the cold, like even in the, and, you know, Tom Cruise, don't get me wrong, he's misdirected, but I think for all intents and purposes, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know,
his
energy's going the wrong fucking direction, but I think he's a nice guy.
He's a dick.
The way this conversation was going was like, whatever the situation.
I can see her being a spoiled brat type person.
You think he's spoiled?
No,
her. Oh yeah, she seems like such a ice
queen or whatever they call them.
Yeah, and I don't, you know, and I'm not a big fan of blondes. I'm not a big fan of, you know, you know. Just,
mind you, I have blonde hair.
Well, you know, I'm just saying, is like there's, you know, she just
that's sweet 16 spoiled bitch.
Yeah, like you know, like. She's hot, she knows it, and the whole world has to kiss her ass because of it. And
I'm not kissing your ass, Nicole. What movie have you done lately?
Yeah.
Overview.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut. You know,
and
slam.
I don't get the attraction to her. You know, it's just...
Her and another blonde, Scarlet Johanson. I don't get the... Are you attracted to her?
Scarlet Johanson?
Yeah, I don't find her that... amazing that people... I mean, what movies has she really done to be this big actress?
The Avengers, hello!
Okay. Before that, because that just recently...
Okay, and...
What's like a... Because they always refer to her as this big Hollywood actress.
Okay, maybe not the big... and I hated the movie, Lost in Translation. As a guy, watch the first 10 minutes of that movie.
You're gonna piss me off.
When you see her fucking perfectly shaped, heart-shaped ass in a pair of panties, holy shit, makes me proud to be a man. That's how you know I'm not a bear or gay.
She might have a great body. Face-wise, I find her ugly. I don't find her as gorgeous as what people make her out to be.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you know, well, in the Avengers, of course she was hot.
But yeah, like I mentioned in earlier, I want to know. Okay, so is it more about the body, or do you find her attractive?
She has now
a heart-shaped ass.
She has, and Lost in Translation. Now, mind you, I hate that movie. Right. I think it's stupid. I think it's fucking repugnant. It's for people who don't have a personality to say they like a movie that they like. I hate Lost in Translation.
I love Lost in Translation.
You do?
No.
Oh, okay. But I said the first minute of that movie, like as soon as it starts. It's a close-up of her ass in, like, little panties.
They did that to enhance
the
audience. That's all they were working on. So basically she has a perfect ass, and she's got boobs.
And, yeah, and like I said,
this is what our society has come to, women.
That released footage that she got the FBI.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
she won that, too.
I mentioned that, but before the crackdown, I saw the picture of her topless.
Yeah.
And holy smokes,
holy smokes.
Now, and once again, I'm a boob man. She's not
very top heavy,
but they are
perfect. So she has a perfect ass and perky, perfect boobs.
Perfect boobs.
So
nice ass, and I'm not an ass man. Nice ass, and
this bear is not an ass man.
Oh yeah, I mean, let me tell you.
Breaking news, folks.
If there's any proof to you that I'm not gay,
Kristyn's hetero.
And
Kristy's hetero.
And like I said, I saw the pictures. I was very, very happy and surprised.
I was very happy. No, her face.
Her face. Yeah.
Okay, so she's just got a good body.
Yeah, I mean,
good, healthy body.
And once again, I guess now I
like how she got married and scored Ryan Reynolds. I was a little upset. Okay. Well, now I'm happy they're over.
Oh, they're not together anymore?
What?
Jeez, that shows you how out of it.
He's been dating Blake Lively. They got a house in Connecticut.
Who's Blake Lively?
She's
she like an American Idol or something?
No, like Gossip Girl. She's really known for.
Oh, okay.
And like she's a blonde. Sisterhood of the Traveling Band. She's in like girly stuff.
She was a Sisterhood of the Traveling. I actually read that book.
So.
I actually read that book.
I think she's in there.
I read the Twilight books. I read.
I know that's true.
I'm supposed to be this badass.
Chris has a sensitive side.
Biker metalhead.
Let me see. I'm pretty sure.
But
she's definitely in Gossip Girl.
I'm secure enough in my manhood to admit that I read Sisterhood of the Traveling Band.
Watch a bear read Twilight.
I still haven't read. I have not read 50 Shades of Grey, but I heard them talking about it on the radio, and they were reading it word for word.
Yeah.
It sounds like utter grocery store checkout line trash.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Fabio should be on the cover with his shirt off.
It's just about all this guy's so controlling over this young girl, and they're doing kinky sex.
I mean...
Yeah, Blake Lively is in it. She's a blonde.
Okay.
Did you ever see the movie?
I did see the movie, actually, with America Ferrara.
Yeah, they're all supposed to fit in that one pair of jeans.
Yeah. And America Ferrara, like...
She's healthy. She was Bridget.
She's pretty. And you know what's kind of something? I actually hate it when they doll her up.
Right.
She's pretty. When they doll her up, I don't like it. Some girls look better without makeup and stuff like that.
She's like a natural beauty.
Yeah,
when they put... Whenever she's doing a total package.
Whenever they put her, like when she does award events and stuff like that, and they put her with makeup and the big fucking luxurious hair.
Yeah, you look ridiculous.
I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know.
You know what? Have you seen the new previews for Savages, which looks hardcore?
Okay.
Oliver Stone.
Commercials? No. I've seen the commercial a million fucking times. They got that fucking Eminem song.
Well, the blonde in that, that's Blake Lively, actually.
Oh, okay.
I was just thinking, I was like, could have sworn I saw her in something.
Yeah. Now, Oliver Stone...
She was in Green Lantern.
She was in
Green Lantern? That's probably where she met
She's the girl. She's
Carol Ferris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
she was the female lead.
That's probably where she met,
Oh, okay.
Mr. Ryan.
Yeah.
Mr. Reynolds.
I mean, as for Savages...
I had to look hardcore.
It's Oliver Stone. That song in the commercial irritates the fuck out of me. So the commercial irritates me.
So you put up.
I mean, Oliver Stone is, you know, he's known for making movies that are way fucking. When he makes these wild movies, like I mean, my other two favorite movies of his, and I love Natural Born Killers.
Oh, yeah, that's a wild one.
Yeah, that's a... Now, once again, that being said, that it's a movie that's not conventional. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's something you're not going to... Like, something's wrong with you that you're making this script.
I hate when stupid people watch that movie and they get the wrong message. Like, they think they're going to be like the Bonnie and Clyde and all that shit.
Right.
You know, that movie is a satire. It's showing how disgusting America is... Or you know, or culture as it is, that we would make celebrities out of killers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I love the satire of it. I hate the dummies who watch that movie that are like, yeah, me and my girlfriend, we're going to go start killing people around the country. The dumb people shouldn't watch that movie.
Taking notes, like how to do it.
Yeah. And actually, I know this sounds weird, At Any Given Sunday, you ever seen that?
That's actually one of the football movies I actually like.
Yeah,
it's like...
And I'm not... Well, maybe because it's an Oliver Stone movie, you know, it's all about football, but it's great...
If that's what football was, like if you could watch football like that on TV, I would love it even more. Like, it's just right in there and shit talking, there's an eye on the ground.
Yeah, it's so, I mean, movies that are bigger than life, and which is why, I'm probably gonna like Savages. I just hate the fucking commercial.
Yeah.
I
What's
love
her name in it?
Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek.
Mm-hmm.
I love what you like.
And let me tell you,
She's got that accent going on.
Salma Hayek in Dusk Till Dawn. You never saw Dusk Till Dawn?
Oh, sorry.
It was written and directed by Robert Rodriguez, but I think he did it with Quentin Tarantino, but Quentin Tarantino was kind of like
the background,
an assistant director or whatever. Like, it was really Robert Rodriguez's baby.
He was probably just the name to get on there.
Yeah, and Salma Hayek comes out. Dusk Till Dawn is about vampires.
Okay.
It's about these guys. It's got holy shit, what's his name? Quentin Tarantino's in it, and he's supposed to be brothers with that handsome doctor from ER. He played Batman.
George Clooney.
George Clooney, yeah.
The handsome doctor
from ER. That's everybody, motherfucker. And he has like this wicked tattoo. Like, it starts on his body and it goes all the way up to his neck.
Ooh, that's what I want. When I get my tattoo.
Let me tell you. I'll get you addicted, because I got 13 tattoos and I get more. I will tempt you. I'll bring you to the dark side and get tattoos. But yeah, and Dusk Till Dawn.
Hey, she's got a name in this. Her name in this, Salma Hayek. And Dusk Till Dawn is like, I don't even know, Santanicho Pandemonium? Oh, Pandemonium.
Satanico.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Satanico.
Satanica Pandemonium.
Pandemonium. Yeah, it just looks really long. Cheech is in it, and I'm like, Satan.
I mean, and that's a movie that is so fucking ridiculously over the top.
In the 90s, right?
It's about vampires. Yeah. Now, do you want me to spoil it for you, or?
Yeah, go on. Spoiler alert.
Well, because Robert Rodriguez is very into Mexican culture and stuff like that.
Rodriguez.
These guys are killers. They're looking for something. I forgot what it was, but they end up in this bar. And what happens is, the bar, they lock the doors to the bars, and they're like, "You guys can't leave." And like, what the fuck's going on? And what happens is, the whole clientele turns into vampires.
Poop my pants. That's why my pants is what I would do.
And so Salma Hayek. Now, mind you, this is probably one of her first movies.
It came out in '96. So yeah.
Salma Hayek actually had way more meat on her bones back then. Now she's very thin. Mm-hmm. She does like a striptease erotic dance with a fucking,
and she's a vampire
with a boa constrictor on her.
Ooh, I hate snakes. But it made it that much sexy.
And that fucking scene, that is
boner.
Quite frankly, and I'm not even kidding around, one of the most sexiest scenes.
Can we get it on YouTube?
In fucking cinema. Oh yeah, I'm pretty
sure.
What
song was it?
What's the word I'm looking for? A mariachi kind of song, because Robert Rodriguez is very into the culture.
Yeah, mariachi. For white people, mariachi.
Which the guys that play the guitar, like four guys, and coincidentally, Robert Rodriguez's first movie was called El Mariachi, which was the prequel to Desperado. Okay. All the white people know Desperado.
Yeah. Everybody knows that.
Well, Mariachi was actually the first. It's Desperado. Desperado's actually Desperado's part 2.
Oh.
And El Mariachi
to it.
is part 1, and then he did Once Upon a Time in Mexico, which is part 3. So it turns out that all these vampires,
she's like the queen of them.
I believe the club's called a titty twister.
Of course.
And
the titty twister.
At the end of the movie, the camera pans around behind the strip club, and it's like a Mayan temple on the side of a mountain. And so one side is the Mayan temple, the other side they put this bar, but that's where the vampires hang out.
It's like a drug deal cover-up type thing, like a drug dealer's.
Yeah,
but that's they got the cover up in the front.
It's literally a front.
Yeah,
and it's such a
the Mayan temple. I mean, so is she like the queen of the? She like the head of the vampires?
No, but there's a part. She's not the queen, but like obviously she catches more attention. Yeah. And then you see her turn into a vampire, and actually they make her head, mind you, with the big boobs and big thick thighs and everything. They give her almost like a
you should see the smile like this is he talks about this.
Salma Hayek is a good looking woman, and also in Dogma.
Oh,
she's doing the striptease in Dogma.
She's just known for her striptease,
but
clearly.
In In Dogma, she's skinny again. In Dusk Till Dawn,
she had a little meat.
She has a lot of meat, but
Real
my God, is it in the right fucking places? And her thighs, and I'm not a thigh man, but
these girls
she
can
looks
convert
fucking
you.
awesome in that movie.
Scarlett Johansson making you a butt guy.
Yeah, right. And even though I don't like asses.
He can
I can appreciate a good ass. I'm not,
always appreciate it.
And I'm secure enough in my manhood. I'll say,
the bear
this
loved
guy from ER is handsome.
Yeah, that handsome guy from ER.
And so yeah, he's So what happens is when she turns, her head almost looks like a cobra. So yeah, she has it's a really wicked makeup. And one of the guys in the movie,
for '96 when it came out, that's a pretty big deal for cinema.
Oh yeah, it was
the special effects.
The movie's so outlandish, and one of the guys, Servino, not Paul Servino, what the hell? Is there another guy named Tom Servino? Tom
Savini.
Tom Savini.
He's the sex machine.
The sex machine. He is.
What the hell is that?
He is known. He's like very, very famous in the B movie world for being like a special effects artist and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And so they give him props. They give him like a whole role in the movie. He's like the third badass, and he has his belt buckle looks like a gun. Like his belt buckle folds out, and it has the two barrels on the side, so it almost looks like a dick and balls. And it shoots. And
so he can shoot from his belt?
He can shoot from his belt buckle.
Oh, I want one of those.
Very, very phallic.
I gotta call the sex machine.
Tom Savini, yeah, he's in all these, like, they put him in all these zombie movies because all these people are giving him props for his past
So he
work.
does okay.
Yeah, and all his movies are like shitty movies.
Yeah.
But he's like the king.
Kind of creepy looking himself.
Yeah, he's the king of great.
He's a man of thousand faces.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's what he was inspired by. I'm sorry.
But he does. I believe he does special effects for a whole bunch of the zombie movies. But he does like really good work with no fucking money. That's like his thing.
Pay me, bitches. That's what I say.
And we are way past our hour mark. Our shows usually go a little more than an hour.
What are we?
We're at an hour and 16 actually.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
So time to pay the bills. For any of our new listeners, you can find us on Facebook.com/Two Strangers One Podcast, which is probably how you got us the first time.
Like our Facebook page.
Like our Facebook page. Now, keep in mind that Facebook is doing this new thing where we're only reaching like 20% of our actual audience when we put new posts and stuff like that. So when you visit our page, hover over the like button. It's on the lower right, just under the main picture, the big long picture, the cover photo.
Yeah, the cover photo.
Hover just over the like and make sure the option is show in newsfeed. And so then that means you'll get all our updates.
And you'll get Chris's video. It'll be a big update. You'll share that. Put that on your status. Let that go around the world.
Oh, please help promote the show. Put that thing everywhere.
That thing.
You know it's
you, right, Chris?
Yeah, put it everywhere. That's how I am. I put it everywhere.
Here
baby.
we go.
www.doublejackpot.us is the link where you can buy my book, Double Jackpot. You could preview like the first 10 pages, so you want to give it a chance. Give it a chance. If you like it, buy it hardcover. A hard copy is $15. PDF downloadables just $5. There's links to support the show. Our eBay page, where I'm selling comic books, video games, heavy metal memorabilia. I got a couple horrors in there, a couple comedies. It's basically my whole collection. All the money goes to support the show. There's links to our iTunes page, so if you have an iPhone or an iPad or iPod, any kind of Mac product, you can subscribe to us there. And also for Android users or the Kindle Fire users, we're available on the Stitcher app. For Google, just look up Two Strangers One Podcast, and that's pretty much it.
Check out the Facebook page for the video.
Yeah, we got we pretty much right now. My whole focus is on the Facebook page. If you like, you could also visit us at Two Strangers One Podcast, all spelled out, twostrangersonepodcast.podomatic.com. Podomatic is our host site where they go hold our files.
Thank you, Podomatic.
Yeah, and I'm probably going to get like a domain one day that links right to that page because I like their layout on that page because it has the picture, it has all the links, and pretty much all the links are going to be in the description for the episode anyway. Holy smokes. Once again, thank you.
It's going to be an hour and a half. Shut up.
Yeah, and I still got to put the Kevin Smith ad in again. Once again, thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristyn. Thank you.
Don't be a stranger.
Bye. Yeah. Bye.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double
it?
Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne smells good to me.
But
Look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled C-O-L-O-N.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I got to meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia is spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea,
Yeah,
man.
is.
Look at her, fucking. She's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show, I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin. That's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. I want to, and if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
Yeah.
insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will totally read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne. Right
No,
now
sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonepodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.